Good morning. It is 5 a.m. in the summertime, and I am here recording this video for you. So that should be the first indication of who your teacher is. I am a man who will do whatever it takes to get the job done. And that's what being successful is. So it's your first piece of education about me. I have 3 children, and those children are asleep right now. If they were awake right now, there would be most likely some form of cartoon or YouTube kids video on my television making all sorts of noise. Children running in and out, playing, doing random stuff because they're kids. You're kids. That's what you do. And so I would not be able to sit here in my office making a video without all sorts of noise going on. So I have to wake up at 5 o'clock to make the video. Most of my videos will probably be made early in the morning, and it is what it is. I enjoy it. And so we're going to go into a brief talk about my life. And why do I do this? Well, originally assignment 1 is going to be to make a Google Doc, and I'll talk about assignment 1 and assignment 1. But usually assignment 1, I have you watch a video and then tell me what you thought of the video. In the past, 2 years now? Yeah, 2 years. 3 years if you count. Yeah, 2020. It was 2021, right? So really 2.5 years. The video was something about COVID and, how the virus works and pandemics and blah, blah, blah. We're going to move away from that. We're going to go back to, not back to, because it was another brain pop video that I had. I forgot what it was. Let's talk about relevancy, right? So I'm going to introduce myself because I think it is important for you to know my story and know who I am. Because there is a very old saying, it's kind of disrespectful, really, and that saying is...
You know what they say. Those who can't do, teach.
So I find it a disrespectful comment because, obviously because I'm a teacher. But really that is a description of a bad teacher, in my opinion. You never did the thing that you're teaching, so how are you teaching it? It's like a prerequisite. You can't teach a thing until you've done it. I have a ring that I wear, and it's in Latin, but the Latin translation says, by teaching I learn. Okay. I have become a master of many things because I teach them, right? So, building a robot, I could build a robot in 2 hours, less. I don't even know. Okay. So having kids build the robot, it's like, yeah, I could build a robot. How I could build a robot much faster than the kids. I'd have to slow myself down so they can keep up. But I understand the saying. The saying is that because teaching is an easy profession. Okay. I don't think so. I've been doing this for 8 years and it's still a challenge to me. There's nothing, if my job was so easy that, I wouldn't have the degrees. Actually, the degrees. Let's talk about the degrees. So I got degrees on my wall here. My high school diploma, and then when I graduated from high school, I went to Syracuse University. We'll tell the whole story about that. I could start here. I actually started in Syracuse under engineering. I wanted to be an engineer. There was computer programming, and then there was graphic design. Sorry, my brain wasn't putting it together. Well, it's more than graphic design; it's computer graphics, really. Okay, which is animation and Photoshop, and there's so much more to it. There's a lot. It's huge. I realized that I wanted to be an artist. I realized that I was really more interested in the graphic end of video games than programming video games. So I changed my major, but I didn't. I didn't graduate in engineering. I started in engineering, changed my major to fine art, and then amazingly enough became a photographer because I also took photography and I fell in love with photography. So my bachelor of fine arts is actually a dual degree. I had all the credits for art and all the credits for graphic design or computer graphics. So I mean, they don't give you two bachelors, but I got the classes, right? And then you have my master's. If I scoot this up so you can see, there's my master's from University of St. Thomas. And I put my transcripts because I had to get them for work. And I was like, oh, when they gave them back to me, I was like, oh, I'm going to hang these up. And why did I hang them up? Is because work ethic, right? So, like, for instance, I'm up at 5 o'clock to make this video. Why are you up so early? Because that's the time that I need to do it. Okay. These two transcripts, I graduated 3.8. Let's just go there. It was 3.8. Okay. And actually, I have the medal. There it is. Magna cum laude. Okay. I wanted to see what is the highest honors I can get? What can I actually graduate in? Right? Because when I was doing my bachelor's, I didn't care. Right? Now I graduated with a 3.2 from Syracuse University. It wasn't like I had bad grades, but I'm talking about in my heart, really putting forth the effort. It meant something to me. And it should mean something to you. So, like, because I get it, right? Like, we'll talk about mentality, right? So when I was young, you know what? Let's do the presentation. Let's do the presentation. So if you were in my class, right? If you're there the first day, you don't need to watch this video. I already said that. But if you weren't here, this is exactly what you would see. I was standing in front of the class and giving this presentation. Okay, so it actually starts here. This is me right here when I was your age. This is my literal 8th grade graduation. There's my dad. Okay, and then I found a picture of me. I don't know, what was this? This had to be uh, 5th grade, 6th grade, right? So 6th grade to like 8th grade, right? So there's your, this might be younger than 6th grade actually. I don't know. I don't know, but I was a literal Boy Scout, guys. Okay, and I was a nerd. Okay, so even when I was messing around and not really interested in getting good grades, like I just said, and I graduated with 3.2 from Syracuse University, that was me partying and having a good time. 3.2. And then when I got serious and decided I'm going to put the effort in, I got a 3.8 magna cum laude. So let's talk about mentalities, right? So my father and my mother, okay, my mother was a teacher. Then she became a principal, a vice principal. She never became principal, but she was in administration. Okay, she was in the teaching for 30 years, give or take, right? My father worked as a chemist. He is actually responsible for lots of fragrances that you guys love, Polo Sport, Jacquard, I mean, the list goes on and on. I could talk all day about the things my father has done. But I always had the expectation in my house of being, you know, intelligent, getting good grades, going to college, becoming successful, etc. And I understand that some kids don't have that setup. Okay. And that is actually what makes me appreciate it as an adult. I didn't appreciate it as a kid. So when I got to school, and we'll switch over here, right? Okay. I started in development, right? So I wanted to do computer programming. I went to Syracuse University for engineering, right? I was always going to be a computer programmer. But then when I got there, that's when I learned about the graphic side. And that's really what I wanted to do. So I changed my major halfway, and there was a bit of rebellion. And it was, I'm going to be my own man and I'm going to do my own thing. Okay. And I wasn't going to be a Boy Scout anymore. I was going to do all the things and party and have a good time. Okay. Well, I did. Okay. I did it. So when I stand here telling you that, you know, I'm a teacher and I'm doing the thing and I've done all the things, I've done them. Okay. So here we have Harvey Lloyd. And actually, there's a, uh, I'm going to jump back and forth here. Okay. So I was working as a photographer. Is there a picture of me working as a photographer? Hold on. I don't have a picture of me working as a photographer. I just have, well, I don't have the picture of me. That's okay. Anyway, I was working as a photographer. Okay. Um, I was on set behind the scenes. So I actually do have pictures of that. Okay, here's me behind the scenes as Method Man. For those of you who don't know who Method Man is, you know, on the same set. Uh, you know, I thought it was real cool. There's my earpiece, me with hair. Okay, yes, I got to drive that Ferrari. That wasn't my Ferrari. Yes, I got to drive that Bentley, but it wasn't mine. They're all rented. We'll talk about that. We'll get into all that. Okay. But, you know, here are actual pictures. You know, I took Range Rover. This is a Range Rover commercial that they were shooting, and I was taking stills. It was pretty cool, actually. Acura, did some ads for them, did some ads for Dodge. You know, here's an action shot of the Range Rover going through some mud that I did for them. So, and then I met this guy. Okay, Harvey Lloyd. Now, Harvey Lloyd is what Canon calls the explorers of light. They are the top photographers in the world. Okay, they are so top of the line that Canon gives them free cameras to go out. So like this camera that you see him using here, Canon gives it to him. He doesn't pay for it. They give it to him and say, hey, take our camera out, use it, tell us what you think and where we can improve or what you'd like to see. So it's literally, and he's not the only one. There's a group of, they're called the Explorers of Light. But my point is that he's such a good photographer. He's at the highest level of the game. You know, this is a picture he took from a airplane or a helicopter. Okay, when the Twin Towers were still standing back in the day. You know, here's a cruise ship coming into New York, and he is taking those pictures. Okay, he did the advertisements for all the cruise lines back in the day that, you know, basically made them famous. He was the level that I wanted to be on, where he was. So I became his apprentice. Okay, there's a whole, you know, I could tell the whole story of me becoming his apprentice, but I'm not going to. If you're interested, you can ask me and I'll tell you the story. But anyway, After I became his apprentice, he taught me everything that he knew. And eventually, he was like, "There's nothing else I could teach you. You've learned everything." Okay, and I left him, and I did not want to pursue the art world the way Harvey Lloyd wants to pursue the art world. He wants to be in galleries and he's interested in being in museums. And I understand that for who he is and what he's done. I'm not interested in being in galleries or museums or living that life. So once I had learned everything that I needed to learn from him on how to be the best photographer I could, I just went out and started taking the pictures, right? So these are my actual pictures. Okay. This is actually the first model that I ever photographed because that's what I wanted to do, and then we keep going. I have a whole bunch. Okay. These are my actual photos. And like I said, then I worked for Range Rover, Acura, Dodge. Okay. Some of the pictures I've taken. Then I was behind the scenes on videos. Okay. There's another model, Milani Rose. Was behind the scenes of music videos, helping them make the actual videos. Okay. I took this picture of Milani Rose and Drake. I took this picture of Swiss Beats. Here's me with the models on set behind the scenes. Okay. I have been there. I have done it. Okay. I don't think I have any more. Yeah, that was the last one. So we'll leave it here. I have also coded video games and web pages. If I go to my actual website, it actually has been a hot minute since I've been on my own website because I don't really do photography as much as I used to, but I've won awards in photography. Uh, you know, there's, oh, is it going to load up? Got a couple things going on in my thing. This is when I came here to Houston. This is downtown, the water wall, etc. Okay, so I've very much done the stuff, So now I teach web programming. This is my web page that I've designed, that I created. Right, this is what my web page looks like. Do I have an example of a game that I've made? No, I don't. Other than the ones in class, and I guess that'll be the next thing that I need to work on. The games that I worked on, I did in college, and I turned them in, and they're on, if they're in the Syracuse archives, that's where they're at. But like I said, I became a photographer because this is what I wanted to do. Okay. I wanted to be on set. I wanted to be behind the scenes. I wanted to meet these people. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Okay. But I also got there and then realized, hey, it's actually funny, right? So I was in a fraternity, Kappa Delta Rho, right? So this is my Kappa Delta Rho shirt. I'm on the set, I'm behind the scenes. And it's actually funny that you guys today say the word cap as a lie. Like, oh, that's cap, means that this person's lying. Well, that Kappa Delta Rho looks like my shirt says cap on it. And it's funny because this entire thing is a lie. Like, this industry is all a lie. Okay. They don't own those cars. So the music video has all these cars. I'm driving these cars for the day because I take them to the set and then I bring them back to the rental property. Okay, we're working as a team. There's a group of us. Okay, to produce the video. Since I'm taking the still pictures, I get to do a lot more fun stuff than people who are doing, more hard work, like this dude over here actually holding the camera and doing the video and behind the scenes stuff. And, it's all, we're working as a team. So there's a lot going on. Okay. Um, but my point is that it's a cap, man, because you don't own that Ferrari, you don't own that house, you don't own a lot of the stuff, like we're at this person's house, this whole house is rented. Okay. Um, you know, the girls for the some part are rented because, they're getting paid to be there. Um, it's, it's all cap. And I realized that the whole industry is a lie. And then I was like jaded, right? Like, oh, this is not what I want my life, because I wanted my life to have purpose, right? So, like, that's what gets back to Harvey Lloyd, like his style, like who he is as a person. He has made a name for himself, and like my father, he has made a name for himself, and even my mother made a name for herself in education. So what am I doing? What is my purpose? Like what are you actually doing? Right? Like, because hey, it's nice. Okay, yes, I've took some cool photos and I've done some fun stuff. Okay, but ultimately I was just having fun, right? I'm partying, I'm having a good time, I'm enjoying things. Okay, which is great. And if you want, hey, there's me, this is me 20 years old, this is 20 years old, Mr. Hernandez, running around having a good time, doing his thing. If you want to do those things, all power to you. But in order to do that, it all starts here, baby. I was a Boy Scout. I was a nerd. Okay. I didn't get behind the scenes and do the things that I did because I was a really cool guy and they liked me. Okay. I brought a lot to the table. I knew how to do websites like this. Okay. I know how to make videos. I know how to do graphic design. I got my degrees. Okay. I did all the things. I went and I apprenticed with this guy and became a great photographer where these are the types of images that I'm producing. This is not fake mud. Okay. I had to capture this at the exact moment and make this picture look that way. Okay. There's Photoshop here. There's artistry here. It's not boom, bam. This is not what it looks like out of the camera, guys. Okay. But I can do that easy, man. Okay. I know how to do it. I wouldn't say easy, but I know how to do it. Okay. The challenge of creating amazing photography, I mastered it. All right. I can teach a master's course now on great photography if I wanted to. But that's what brings me to teaching. Okay. I know how to create these things. I've done these things. Okay. There's tons of pictures and whatnot, behind the scenes. Iron Man. Okay. Now, this is here when I worked at the newspaper. Okay. Softball, football, sports shots, gymnastics. Okay. There was the challenge. The challenge became selling. So I got bored of it. And I said, no, I don't want to sell. I don't want to, I'm not trying to be a salesman. Right. So what did I do? For a while, I didn't know, man. I was traveling the country. Uh, I went all over the place. I went to 30 states total, right? Of the 50 states, 30 states that I actually stayed in and like did stuff in. I went to California, and I had a lot of fun, man. I did a lot of cool stuff. I've experienced life, right? And then I said, okay. And I came here to Houston, and it was the first time that I had been in Texas and, like, as an adult, really living in Texas. And I said, this is great. I like this place. So I came and I lived here. And here I am. And At first, I guess you can say I became a teacher for the money, which is laughable because teachers don't make a lot of money. But as far as, see, the thing with being a photographer and being an artist is you also spend a lot of money, right? So, like, if I'm at a club photographing behind, so like, uh, perfect example, like if Rick Ross, because this is a real story, right? So Rick Ross is at a club. He is having a party there. He's not actually singing or doing anything, um, but he's having a party, right? But he wants the publicity, right? So he wants people to show up. He is actually promoting the club in a way, right? So if he's going to the club, then people are going to come to the club to see him. Not that he's performing, but like maybe they can get his autograph, right? Or maybe you can party with him, right? Because these are things that celebrities do. So they send me as a photographer. Like I will literally be getting a call. Okay, Rick Ross is going to be at this place. Go there, right? So I go there. They pay for me to go to the party. Okay. Okay. So I get there and I photograph and I do the things and all of that stuff, right? But now I have to promote myself. Okay. Because in order for me to get the next phone call, right? Hey, this time Rick, this guy, was doing the publicity, and now there's like 5 or 10 other people that I need to shake hands with and give my business card to and say, hey, I got the pictures from tonight. And now I might have to buy that person a drink and sit with them and talk with them and make a lasting impression, right? That's expensive, right? I definitely have to party with these people because if I just take my pictures and run away, I'm not going to get noticed. Okay, I have to be in the mix so that way when they want somebody to photo, hey, I want that guy. I want Lex. Okay, not that they just call up and say, hey, this is what's happening. Send somebody. No, no, no. Somebody could be anybody. I want to get the call because I want to get paid. So I got to make sure that you know my name. Send Lex specifically. Here's my card. This is the guy I want. He took those pictures. He did that, right? So it's a selling of myself, and I got tired of that. Okay, because you're not making any money. So you're paying for me to be there, and I spend half of my money while there, right, in order to make more money later, right? And then you're constantly spending money to make money and spending money to make money and spending money to make money. And that's actually another saying is it takes money to make money. Yes, when you're in that industry where everything is cap, right? It's all fake. And we'll talk about that later as we go through the year because you don't have to hear it from me. You can hear from actual artists who tell you that it's all cap. Okay. But here, I'm telling you that I decided, okay, I'm not going to be an artist anymore. I'm going to be a teacher. I want my job every day when I wake up to do something. I want that to have meaning. What is that meaning? You are that meaning. So this year, actually, will be the first year I get to go to graduation and see the students who graduate. My first seventh grade class, when I started at Humble Middle School, is now graduating from high school this year. I'm going to go to that graduation. I want to be there, right? And this is the thing. That means something. Those kids are going to become adults, and like I know that there were kids who had no options, and because they were in my robotics class, now they're in T-STEM Academy. They're graduating from T-STEM Academy, and they're going to go become engineers. I was a part of that. my life has purpose. I didn't just take pretty pictures or party behind the scenes of something and we had some drinks and it was fun. Okay, there's no purpose to that. It's fun, but other than fun, it doesn't serve. And more as you grow older, life becomes more than just partying. And that's where I'm at now, right? I got a little gray in my beard. And I want more than just, yay, we're having fun. I get it. As a kid, that's what you want to do. And great, have fun. I did it. I had fun. Now I'm here to teach you how you can have fun. Basically.